My neighbor called the cops on me for shots fired. But there's more. I have been hearing a pounding sound in my apartment for about a month. I can't tell where it's coming from, but it wakes me up from a dead sleep. I haven't had a full night's sleep since the beginning of the year because of this. I searched the neighborhood thinking it might be a construction site, made a formal complaint to the city, and left a note for my landlord. No one could help me. It's like I was hearing things. One night I was going to bed, and the sound reemerged. Losing my sanity, I banged as hard as I could on the wall and floor and shouted, "What is that fucking sound?" About 3 minutes later, I was being held at gunpoint by the police in my boxers, completely in shock. Turns out my neighbor called shots fired on me. Once they searched my house and realized I had not weapons and couldn't possibly fire a gun that didn't exist, they asked me what was going on. I told them what I told you, and they took me, in handcuffs, to the psych ward for evaluation. After about 7 hours of giving blood, urine, and convincing a psychologist that I am not a threat to society, they released me. When I got home, the sound was in full force. Now that I am thinking I am crazy and hearing things, I decide to gather as much evidence as possible before making accusations. Last night the noise was so loud that I could tell it was coming from the neighbor, who called the cops on me. Now I think she might have done it on purpose to retaliate against me. My question, am I overreacting, or do I have a legit grievance that needs to be addressed? What are my options? Edit. Denver, Colorado. Edit 2. The responses so far have basically reaffirmed what I was dreading. I'm going to have my sister come over and listen for the sound. If she tells me she can't hear it while I can, I'm going in for counseling. Here's hoping she hears it. Edit 3. Thanks to everyone who is helping me figure this out. Pretty much everyone is on the same boat right now, so I won't be responding much. This weekend, my sister and my best buddy are going to stay with me and see if they hear it. I'll let you guys know how it goes. Sorry, r/legal advice. This turned into more of a psychological thing, but I hope to return with an update on if anything comes of this legally for sure. I secretly am hoping that my neighbor is running a meth ring and my super hearing saved the day, but we shall see. Update. As much as I would love to tell you differently, the sound is unfortunately not real. I know there was a lot of speculation as to the validity of the sound, and, to be honest, I am still not 100% sure there wasn't some sort of triggering sound to begin with. However, the police, my neighbor, a local business I accused of making the sound, a local construction area I accused, my sister, and my best buddy couldn't hear the sound when I very definitely could. As it turns out, binge drinking almost every weekend for the entirety of my 20s and early 30s caused my liver enzymes to be elevated. In some cases, people with elevated liver enzymes experience mental side effects, especially if you have an undiagnosed anxiety disorder like I just found out. I am one of those people. I essentially drank myself into psychosis and made my anxiety worse. I have a scheduled appointment with a counselor and will be put on some sort of meds for sure. Edit. If only you guys could see the comments coming in. Your faith in humanity would be restored. Lots of love from total strangers and people who have experienced the same sort of thing. Don't be afraid to talk about mental illness, people. We all have down times, and it's nothing to be ashamed of. Isolating yourself and ignoring it is literally the worst thing you can do. It took 5 cops with guns pointed at my chest to learn that lesson. Don't be like me.